December, it's on its way, approaching fast, as we've already reached the halfway point of November. Besides Christmas being a big deal next month, what's really been a great tradition in recent years, and a well looked forward to event for gamers specifically, has been the Video Game Awards hosted by Geoff Keighley, which has been taking place in early December. Today the nominees have officially been announced, and while looking through the list, we see none other than MultiVersus as a nominee for Best Fighting Game. This honestly made me realize it's been 4 months already since this game released, on July 19th, 2022. Time is really moving, guys. A lot has happened since then. I wanted to take a brief look at its history and talk about the others in the category, because looking at this, it really has been a weak year for fighting games. Before we get into this video, please hit that like button. Let's get this video to over 1,000 likes to get the question out there. Do you guys think MultiVersus is going to win Fighting Game of the Year? Also, hit that subscribe button because we've got lots of stuff to talk about this week, and it's going to be a huge one for MultiVersus. Only 27% of you guys who watch and love the videos are currently subbed. Let's raise that number even higher because Season 2 is underway this week as the new patch drops later today. Now with that being said, let's get into the video. The category for Best Fighting Game reads as follows. For the best game designed primarily around head-to-head combat. Keyword head-to-head, and you'll see why in about a minute as I focus on this. First on the list is DNF Duel, an Arc System Works fighting game I absolutely loved, and I had high hopes for it too. Created by the same developers who made Guilty Gear and Dragon Ball FighterZ, this game had an amazing flair to it, but sadly, it was not an interesting game for many to pick up and play. It essentially was dead almost 3 weeks after releasing. Barely any content has come out for it, and the only major views for this game came from Maximilian Dude and Sonic Soul. And when Max's views for DNF Duel started to drop, you can start to see where that went. Up next is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R, a remaster remake of the original PS3 release game, which the hype around it didn't last too long because of the lack of good multiplayer support for its borderline non-existent servers. A big issue for most anime fighters because when you scroll down and you see the name of the publisher for this game, Bandai Namco. It makes a lot of sense as to how that happened. Up next, I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot about KOF 15. The game itself showed some promise, but I'm gonna be real with you guys, not much news was revolving around this game outside of what coverage Maximilian Dude gave it. And oddly enough, the KOF community for whatever reason tried to gatekeep the game from Max and other content creators, stating that they are just trying to profit off of it for a few days and abandon the game, not staying true to it like the diehard fans of it will, which was a weird stance to me. Having Max play your game is great for all means of business, so kind of a weird flex. And of course, we have MultiVersus, which we will get back to because the biggest surprise is what's after MultiVersus. Sifu, the indie-developed action ass-whooping simulator. Really, it just kind of got shoehorned in there. Sifu is definitely not a fighting game, and even going through the description for these games listed here, it is also definitely not a head-to-head combat game. The game does not have any versus mode in it, nor is it a multiplayer game. It's an amazing action game, no doubt about that, but I truly don't see the fighting game aspect for it. Please comment below if you can help me understand just how they got to this conclusion. Maybe I'm missing something. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised since the Content Creator of the Year award has a retired Twitter journalist, shoutouts to Nabillion. But hey, I mean, this is the first time I could actually say I know some of the content creators on this list. Shoutouts to Ludwig. Now, among this list, I'm confident MultiVersus can, without a doubt, win this category. If you want to cast your vote for the player's voice poll, the link is down below and you guys can go vote there for MultiVersus like me. Regardless of its current situation, MultiVersus is definitely doing better than all of these fighting games, and MultiVersus had one of the biggest booms in fighting game history. It broke Steam records for the PC community when it comes to fighting games, and overall saw itself reaching over 20 million total user accounts between PC, PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox Series X, and Xbox One. And remember, this was achieved without Asian servers being in the game, the biggest market for fighting games in the world, which is still the sad case for this game. Honestly guys, if you bring those Asian servers in, the game will be in a much better state. But they also want to make sure the game is running better before they do that. So, who knows? July and August were massive months for MultiVersus. However, in mid-August going into September, the game started to hit a bit of a snag, with tons of issues plaguing players all over, from netcode problems, character balancing, horrendous hitboxes being exposed in many YouTube videos. The honeymoon phase was reaching its end, as what happens to all good things. Season 1 had to be delayed at the last minute, character releases were pushed way back, and it seems, for a little bit, content was not flowing at all for the game. Even I felt a significant halt when streaming the game. I seriously got kind of burnt out and bored with it. Without a proper ranked mode and system to keep players incentivized, it sort of fell off at a steady rate. Right now, it maintains a player base and is not dead in any way. Content is being created, ranked mode just had its beta and is hopefully releasing again soon, which I have a video for coming out as well. To me, it's going to exist in the same way Pokemon Go does. Remember that big boom Pokemon Go had? Every single person in the world was playing it. Many people still do play it, contrary to what dead game enthusiasts want to say. It makes great profit, however at a smaller rate than the initial boom. And that honestly is okay with developers this day and age. And that goes for a lot of things. I mean, the initial boom numbers are pretty difficult to maintain over a long and extended period of time. Some games are able to do it, some games do it, it dies, they get bought by another company, and then they get revived. While the Steam numbers for MultiVersus is down and has dropped significantly, the console player base is still pretty strong and always has been its main audience. Remember, Steam capped out at over 160,000 concurrent players. That's still over about 19,900,000 players to account for overall across consoles in the world. Again, without Asian servers. I think MultiVersus is going to win best fighting game for sure, and the game will continue to host healthy numbers, as long as it drops some baller stuff in the incoming weeks. Season 2 does officially start today. Goku and Naruto would definitely shoot it up for sure, but if you release them without the Asian servers, that's pretty messed up, man. So what do you guys think? Comment below and let's get a discussion going. Do you think MultiVersus is going to win Fighting Game of the Year? And is the game posed to have a second boom? Obviously not a crazy big boom like the first one, but bring back a whole lot of players that have just been waiting for something new. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe if you are new. More MultiVersus news, guides, and tips are on the way and you won't want to miss them. My name is BltzZ and thanks for watching.